Now, dear students, chapter number 5 Laws of Motion, and the following topics we have to be discussed here. First, equilibrium of a particle. Second, concurrent forces. Some examples of the equilibrium under concurrent forces and concept of the FBD. Here, the FBD means the free body diagram. So, here in the general manner, we are just saying that we are discussing the little bit mechanics in the laws of motion or in the NLM. So first I am starting with the topic equilibrium of a particle, and the equilibrium of a particle in the mechanics refers as a situation when the net external force on a particle will be the zero, or simply we can say that if the number of the forces those are acting on a particle having the zero resultant. So this is the condition of the equilibrium we have. So in the words I am just writing the define. Now the basically we can say that the condition when the net external force on the particle is a zero, or we can say that if number of forces if number of forces those are acting on a particle having resultant equal to 0 equal to 0. So here we have the concurrent forces. Now under the equilibrium number of the forces those are acting on a particle are called the concurrent forces. Number of forces are said to be concurrent forces under equilibrium. So this is the general meaning we have. Okay, now I am just plotting the one of the basic in front of you. Suppose this is the particle we have, and I am just applying the force, that one of the force which having the magnitude F1, and one of the force which is normal to the F1, that is called the F2. And as per the vector notation, if we are just imagining the resultant of the two vectors, so we are just plotting the resultant between these two vectors, that is resultant R. Okay, so this is the resultant of the two forces we have. Somehow we are just assuming the situation in which the third force which acting, that is called the F3 on the particle, and F3 is just opposite to the resultant of F1 and F2. F1 and F1 and F2. So here we are just assuming that F1 and F2 just opposite to the F3, or we are just saying that F3 is equal to minus F1 plus F2. Okay, so here we are just making the resolution of this equation. So we are just getting the result that F1 plus F2 plus F3 is equal to 0. So this is the situation of the equilibrium we have. So at this time all the forces those are acting on a particle are called the concurrent forces in the equilibrium. And equilibrium, that means the net resultant of all the forces will be the 0. Okay, so according to first law, this means that the particle is either at the rest or in the uniform motion. Okay, so two conditions we have, that static equilibrium and the dynamic or kinetic equilibrium. Now we are using the concept of the first law, and we are just saying the object at the rest. So it shows that F net on the particle is a 0. So this is called the static equilibrium. As object is moving with the uniform velocity. Object is, this is another condition we have, object is moving with uniform velocity. So we are just saying that F net is also the 0 we have for all the forces. So it is the It is a kinetic equilibrium. Okay. So so many cases of the equilibrium we have for a particle. So one by one I am discussing in front of you. I will discuss the condition of the equilibrium as well as no equilibrium. Okay, so first that I am choosing the case. Now this is the one of the particle, this is lying on a surface and I am applying the force on this particle, that is called the F. So probably this point, that is point A, is there. So this point will move in the direction of right hand side. Okay, so this is the condition of the no equilibrium we have. This is the condition of no equilibrium. And why we can say it? Okay, so how can we say it? Because the particle will move in a particular direction under the action of the force, so the resultant force is acting in the right hand side. So this is the condition of the no equilibrium we have. Even I am just discussing the condition of the equilibrium. Now I am just choosing a one of the particle, and in the right hand side the force is acting, that is called the F1, and in the left hand side the force is acting on the particle, that is called the F2. Okay, so this is the point, that mean O we have, or the particle that at the O we have. Okay, so as per the notation we are just using the concept of the third law. So easily we can say that F1 is equal to minus of F2. Okay, so easily we can write that F1 plus F2, the resultant of the net forces will be equal to the 0. So this is the condition or the state of the equilibrium. Okay, equilibrium. Particle is not moving in the right or the left, it is in a static situation. Okay, so the forces are known as a concurrent forces and the condition is known as a equilibrium. As the particle is moving in a certain direction, so this is the condition of the no equilibrium. Now I am assuming the one of the box which lying on a surface and we are just applying the horizontal forces to it. Okay, so this is the force that is called the F1 we have, this is called the force that is called the F2 we have, and in opposite direction of F1 and F2 we are just applying the two forces. Okay, this is called the F3 we have and this is called the F4 we have. So easily we can know that this is the condition of the horizontal equilibrium in which the object is not moving in the right and the left. So easily we can say that the meaning of the F1 plus F2 uh, plus F3 plus F4 is equal to 0. So these forces are known as a concurrent forces and this is the condition of the equilibrium. Okay, and especially it is equilibrium along the horizontal direction, so sometimes we are using the word that is horizontal equilibrium. Horizontal equilibrium. Okay, now even we are just assuming the concept of the vertical equilibrium. So we are just taking the object that is lying on a surface and as we are just assuming the vertically downward and upward the forces are acting. So this one is the F1, this is called the F2, and the upward forces we have, that is called the F3 and F4. Okay, so even we can say that the object will be in the equilibrium, that is vertical equilibrium we have, either it is not moving the upward and the downward direction. So we are just saying the conclusion of the net forces, that is called the F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus F4, and all the resultant of the all the forces will be equal to the 0. So these forces are known as a concurrent forces and the condition of the equilibrium is there. Okay, so this is the kind of the vertical equilibrium we have. Now further I am taking one of the example in front of you, as I am just applying the horizontal force on an object that is called the F1. Okay, and the one of the force which is normal to the F1, that is called the F2. So easily we can say that there is a meaning of the resultant we have. So along the direction of the resultant the object will move. Okay, this is the object A and this is the point of O consideration we have. So this is the condition of the no equilibrium. No equilibrium, condition of no equilibrium, as we are just saying that F resultant having its own meaning, that is it's a sum of the two forces, that F1 plus F2, and under the action of the F1 and F2 it will move in a certain direction with the horizontal, that is called the theta. So this is the condition of the no equilibrium we have. Okay, now the condition number 6 we have. Suppose we are just taking one of the object on a surface, and we are just getting that one of the force that is called the F1, and already I have taken the example that this is called the F2, and the three forces are acting on an object that is called the F3, and we know that the resultant of the F1 and F2, that is Fr is equal to sum of the F1 plus F2. Okay, so this is the opposite to the just F3. Okay, so this that mean object, and that we are just applying the multiple forces at a point O, so all the forces will be in the equilibrium. Okay, because all the forces having the net resultant equal to the 0. So I am just writing that F3 is equal to minus of F1 plus F2, and already I have taken the one of the example in front of you, so we can easily write that F1 plus F2 plus F3, that is equal to the 0. So this is the state of the no state of the equilibrium. Usually, and all the forces are known as a concurrent forces. So many condition can be there. I am just putting the one of the some example in front of you. Now I have that another one example, as we are just applying. Now just I am using the concept that I am just applying the triangle third row and the two sides of a triangle taken by the two forces, that F1 and F2, and as per the law we know that the resultant of the F1 and F2 will be given by the closed side of the polygon, and this is called the F resultant we have. So we are just assuming that the particle will move along a certain direction. Okay, somehow we are just taking this all the forces in a cyclic order. So this is the condition of the no equilibrium we have. No equilibrium we have. Somehow we are just assuming all the forces in a cyclic order. Okay, cyclic order. So at this time, this is the condition of the equilibrium we have, where we are just assuming that F1 plus F2 and the F3. So here we are just assuming that the particle is not moving anywhere in this condition. Okay, so we can easily write that F1 plus F2 plus F3 is equal to 0. So this is the condition we have, that is called the condition of the equilibrium, and all the forces are known as a concurrent forces. Okay, so this is the condition of the equilibrium. Condition of the equilibrium, and the cyclic order in the, if the forces are in the cyclic order, so their resultant will be equal to the 0. Okay, now the next example we can take here. So this is the all about the equilibrium of a particle. Okay, now we are just discussing the common forces in the mechanics. So what are the types of the forces? Those will be applicable on an object in the part of the mechanics. Okay, part in the mechanics. So one by one we are discussing all the forces in the mechanics. So we are just using the concept of the gravitation, and every object on the earth will experience the gravitational force. So the one of the gravitational force is a type of the force in the mechanics we have. Gravitational force is an example of the forces in the mechanics we have, and always we are just assuming it. All the types of the contact forces, and we are just assuming the all the type of the contact forces, just like we are just taking a body on a surface, and contact forces those act along the surfaces. Now this is the part of the weight we have, that is called the mg. So the surface offer the normal reaction, so it is the type of the force in the mechanics that is called the normal reaction, when the two surfaces are in the contact. Normal reaction. Somehow we are just applying the force applied here in the right hand side direction. So another type of the force that arise in the mechanics, that is called the friction. That is called the friction. that is called the friction. So this is the also the type of the force of friction we have. Okay, that is type of the mechanics, forces in mechanics. Now the another well-known force which is available in the mechanics, that is called the tension, and it is a quite important we have. So when a stone is tied to a string and the violet in a circle, so we are just assuming that this is the center O or the rigid support we have, and we are just putting a stone and allowing it to be around in a circle. So in the string we have the type of the force that is available in the mechanics, that is called the tension. So it is one of the common force in the mechanics, and generally we are just representing it. Somehow we are just taking one of the object by a rigid support and hanging it in the air. So we know the weight of concern, that is act in a downward direction. This is the type of the force in the mechanics we have, and the tension will appear in a string, that is called in a upward direction, just opposite to the weight. Okay, so this is the part of the tension, that is the mechanical force in the mechanics. Okay, one of the another example which I have taken here, this is the one of the spring, and at the end of the spring we have tied one of the object, and we are just applying the force on it. So in the spring there is a restoring force, that is called the restoring force, and that is also called the spring force, which try to oppose the force applied, moment of the force applied. So this is the type of the that mean force in the mechanics that available in a spring. Okay, so whenever we are just extending the spring or just compressing the string, so all the time there is a part, there is a force in the mechanics that available, and always it try to regain the original condition of a spring. So this is the another type of the force, that is called the spring force. Spring force we have. Okay, now another one example. So as I am talking the object inside the liquid, and when we are just taking the object submerged in the water, so we have to be applied the thrust, and in the result we are just getting the up thrust. So this is an example of the force in the mechanics, up thrust or the beyond force we have. Beyond force. So this is the another type of the force in the mechanics we have. Okay, now if you're just talking that forces in fluid, forces in fluid. So the as the object is moving inside the fluid, so the force of friction comes into play, which opposes the relative motion between the layers of the liquid. So that is called the fluid friction. Fluid friction. Fluid friction. Okay, and another name of the fluid friction we have, that is called the viscosity. Viscosity. Okay, or the viscous drag we have. So these are the some general examples or the common forces in the mechanics as we are dealing them. Now dear students, one of the some words which I have written there here, that FBD, and the meaning of the FBD, that is called the free body diagram. Free body diagram. And what is the utility of the free body diagram? So whenever we are just discussing the some problems, as we are just assuming that number of the forces are acting on a particle inside the mechanics, so we are just resolving the number of the forces, and we are using the concept of the free body diagram, so easily we can understood about the resolution of the forces. So I am just taking one of the basic example in front of you. First, that I am just taking an example that object is resting on a floor. So how can we discuss its FBD? Okay, so easily we know that as per its mass, it apply the weight force on a floor, and the floor is also applying the normal reaction or applying the force in the part of the normal reaction in a vertically upward direction. So this is the simplest that mean FBD. This is the resolution of the forces is known as a FBD. Okay, so always it helps to make the resolution about the forces. Somehow I am just applying the force to displace this box or the object. So we know that in what direction we have to be apply the force of friction. So this is the direction of the force of friction. So the simplest method through which we can resolve the various forces on an object is called the FBD concept. Okay, now I am just making the another one example in front of you. Just I am just taking one of the string, and along the end of the string we have one of the object which having its mass, and the mass is acting the vertically downward, that is called the downward. So we are just writing the concept of the weight, and there is a tension inside the string and which balance the weight of an object. Okay, so now at this time the object at the rest, so we are just assuming the acceleration is a zero. So the net force on the object we can understood here that by the use of the second law of motion. Okay, m into a, that is called the t minus mg. So whatever the direction you are taking positive, it can be depend on you. Either you are just taking the vertical downward direction as a positive, so it depends on you. I am just taking that vertical upward direction as a positive, and we know that the system at the rest, okay, so it is a part of the static equilibrium, so the net acceleration of the system will be the zero, and we can write that t minus mg is equal to 0. So easily I can resolve the meaning of the forces that T can be equal to the mg. So here just I am representing the FBD as well as also the second law of motion. Okay, so further I am just taking one of the example in front of you, so easily you can understand the concept that how we will use the concept of the FBD of the different problem of the mechanics. Okay, now I am assuming that two object on a frictionless pulley, and they are attached to each other by a string, inextensible string, frictionless, on a frictionless pulley. Okay, this one is the mass m1 we have, and this is the mass m2 we have. Okay, now I am just assuming the concept of the weight is acting downward, that is called the m1g, and here also the weight is acting downward, that is called the m2g. Okay, here we are just assuming the concept that m2 is greater than m1. So here we have to be discuss the FBD of the two different objects separately. Okay, so here just I am representing the FBD of the first object. Okay, so this is the first object, I am keeping the separate it. Okay, this one is called the m1g we have. Now as it is attached to a string, the tension will be applicable here. This is the tension we have, and we have assumed that the m2 greater than m1, so probably we are just assuming the this one portion is moving in a upward direction. So how can we resolve the second law of motion, that is a force law? We are just using the concept that m1a, we are just applying the force law here, tension in a greater magnitude, so that's why the body is moving in a upward direction. So easily I can write that t minus m1g. So this is the first that mean equation of the force law or the second law of motion for the system on behalf of the FBD. Now I am resolving the second FBD. I am just keeping the separate of m2, and as per the law we know the force of gravitation, we have weight concern is there on behalf of the force of gravitation, that is called the m2g. This acting is in a vertical downward direction, and it is also attached to a string, so we are just assuming that tension T will be in a upward direction, but we are just assuming here that the system is moving in a downward with the acceleration a. So how can we write the basic equation for an object? I am just writing that m2a, that net force will be arising due to the balancing of the two forces, that m2g minus of tension. So this is the basic idea to make the resolution of the concept of the FBD. Okay, and by the help of the FBD we are just able to find out the different resolution of forces, and easily we can understand the different types of the problem. Okay, so this is the all we have. How can we discuss the condition of the equilibrium? Equilibrium is a condition in which net forces acting on a body are the having the zero resultant, and the body is not moving either in a right direction or the left direction. So we are just getting the static equilibrium. Along the static equilibrium, if the object is moving with the uniform velocity, so already we know that net external force on a body will be the zero, so it can make its constant velocity. Okay, so this is the part of the kinetic equilibrium we have. Okay, Now, number of the forces those are acting in a equilibrium are called the concurrent forces. Okay, and we have already also discussed the some basic forces in the mechanics and along with the concept of the FBD. Okay, thank you.